Hello, everyone. Welcome to Tech Down Over. I'm Rick Zanotti, and joining me is our co-host in the Down Under part of the world, Jeff Blanchard. Hey, Jeff, how are you today?
Good, thanks, Rick. We're in our first day of fall, well, autumn as we call it here, and as usual, it's gone from blistering hot yesterday to quite cold, chilly, and rainy today. So, yeah. But actually, I am looking forward to a bit more of rain rather than heat, so that'd be fine.
That sounds good. Well, let's do our intro real quickly.
Yeah.
Hello, intro.
Here we go.
Oh, that's weird. Oh, I know why. Here we go. You know, it's funny. I've been having Clark do all of the show switching over the last few weeks. I'm rusty. I haven't done this in a while. And I'm using the new controller, which is the Logitech. Let me see if you can see it here.
Oh, okay.
There we go, right there. It's the Logitech G13. And it is a very good game controller, but it's also very good for shot switching. So we're using that right now, and as a result, I go, man, I am rusty on this stuff.
Now, Rick, with that switcher, it's got when you press it to switch to the shot, does it just go straight to the shot, or do you have to do?
It depends how you do it. You can. I have it set to do preview shot.
Oh, okay.
But I could go live directly.
Yeah, so you do preview, but then you've got to do the control G.
So just a quick keyboard take, if you will, or go to the shot. In fact, I have a shot you need to look at. And you may not hear it right away, but if you'll probably hear it in a little bit on the live one. But, you know, I heard today was kind of a special day for you. So we wanted to make sure that you knew that we knew that you knew it's a special day. So here we go.
Okay.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you.
And happy birthday to you, my dear friend.
Thank you very much. I'll have to watch it properly because I just caught the first bit of it in the stream, but yeah, I've never seen that before. Thank you very much.
You're more than welcome. Leslie found that one, so
that's ever so good. That
we
one.
know, like us, you love your dog. So
because I said, especially being a dog person, you can't help but love that.
It was cute. It was really cute, actually. But anyway, happy birthday. So you're probably about what, 39 today?
No, not quite. So it's 53, I think.
53?
Yes, 53, I think, today. Okay. So
I am 8 years older than you.
Yeah, so I went to see a friend last night, and I always remember how old I am because she's 7 years older than me. So that's how I always figure it out. But the thing is, I don't feel any different to when you was much younger. But you can seem to buy more toys. That's what I'm enjoying with age.
That's true. That's about the only good thing. Yeah. Actually, it's funny. They say, getting older, it's a tough thing. I don't mind. I actually enjoy it. It doesn't bother me one bit. A lot of people have problems in 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s. I turned 61. I never cared about 20, 30, 40, 50. It's like, you're as young as you think.
Yeah, and the thing is, I always think there's not a thing on earth you can do about it, whether you like it or not.
No, so why bother, right?
Just get on with it.
You can't let it get to you. And
so Rick, going back to that switcher that you've got, so
yes.
As you said, so will that work on a Mac or just on your PC?
It works on Mac and PC.
I'm going to have to get one of them.
And it's only about $60, $70.
Yeah.
And I used the previous model, which looks almost exactly the same, for 4 years when we were running the Wirecast shows, and we're still using Wirecast. This is vMix today. And it works beautifully on Wirecast vMix. It's just, they're both just great. And if you look at it, it's very contoured. So if I put it this way, actually, let me go to, let's see if that's my shot. Nope. Let me get to my shot here. Helps harder when you do it without looking. Okay.
Yeah.
So here you go. So this is what it looks like.
Yeah.
Has about 24 buttons, but you have 3 rows of 24. So you could click a control key, and now you have the second row, the third row. And you notice it's contoured, so when your hand's on it, it's relaxed. There's a big palm, and it's very easy to just move around it.
So it's got like the mouse mat, the wrist pad.
It also has a joystick, so you could move your mouse around. So it's got a lot of little features. It's got an LED screen, and you can change the colors on it if you so choose. So it actually does have a lot of functionality and features, and it's a cool little device.
Well, I was thinking that because Wirecast and all those things are great with all the switching.
Yes.
But for an operator, no problem. But if you're doing it by yourself, just trying to click it without looking away from the camera is impossible, really.
Yeah, I'm not looking at it when I'm clicking right now. I can pretty much click on the different shots if I want to do a fade. So here's a cut, here's a fade, and here's a zoom, crossfade. Now that's all programmed into the buttons.
Oh, that's great, because that's another thing you're not too sure about when you're doing it. If you want to change a fade, and that's right. End up doing the old boring ones.
Yeah, so with this you can do as many as you want. And you can add buttons, you can program things. So it's got a lot of capabilities. The buttons, you can program anything from a single keystroke, like we're doing right now on most of these, but you can also program a whole set of keystrokes. So you could have a lot of different things happening. You could time things between them, sort of like having a playlist in Wirecast, the way they're set up right now. You could do the timing on this. I used to, when we were doing Shrek Tech and all those shows, we used to use this to do the switching. In other words, from the video to the... But you can't do that on Wirecast anymore, for example, because you don't have access to the layers anymore. At least that was sort of weird. I wish they went back to that. I think they made a big mistake, but hopefully they will, because Wirecast is still a really cool program. Now, we are using vMix right now on this particular show, and it runs beautifully. But again, so here's a cut, back to you. Here's a fade, and here is a zoom crossfade.
Now, the most important thing, Rick, with that is is it one that allows you to put your sound effects and your music bites like you used to do with Terrence all the time? I could, but I really, for that, and actually we're getting ready to redo that because it's a lot of fun. We are going to use an iPad for that. So the iPad has something called iSoundBite, and it runs on the PC, but the iPad can trigger it, and we would hear it here. So we're going to be using that very shortly. Yeah, that makes a big difference to a program. I think there's only silly little things, but there's certainly do make a difference to the show. Yep, it was a lot of fun, and then we just kind of got out of it. I thought maybe it was because I think it's when Wirecast changed, because that made things a lot easier, and then when they changed from that 4 to 5, I think we stopped doing some things. Yeah, because, like as I said, the layers didn't make it as easy as it should have been. Now, Now, you gave me a link to... Well, I don't know if you give us a link, but on Google Earth. Now, I just have this right now, which is the Google Earth, I guess, website or picture. Now, it's pretty cool from what I saw. We didn't have a chance to capture the video of it, but have you seen this in action? Well, I have seen it in action, and what I was going to do, I was trying to get into it to download the software to record my own journey on there, but I thought, gee, that's a fantastic thing. And the thing I like about it, it used to be only when you had the Google Earth Pro, which you had to pay for. But now so this you don't have to pay for it? No, you don't have to pay for it anymore, so that's opened it up. So you can plan a trip and do that and zoom in, but it looks ever so good. I'm going to do one when I get round to getting to that, but I had a similar sort of thing, went there, got to the site, but with other things I didn't have the time to download the software, but I thought I'll give that a go. But that just looks quite fascinating to put. I've used in the Mac before, you have a little thing where you can type to and from. Right. It used to, and then it usually does like a Google Earth thing, moves the Earth and does like a plane going across. Right. It's pretty cool. And you can record that, but I thought if you can record this, which has got a bit of street view and all that in it, I thought that'd be just fantastic. Now, I have gone into the street view. For example, I lived in Buenos Aires, Argentina for 3 years,
and actually 6, but I don't count my first 3 years. I was pretty much a baby. But I went back in 1977 for 3 years, and I did the Google Earth Street View of when it was really accurate. It was pretty amazing. You don't see people per se, but you can walk, and I was recognizing buildings. I was going, this is amazing. And you could literally walk all the places you used to walk and just go through it virtually. In any city, you could do probably Melbourne, New York, any of those cities, LA, and it almost feels like you're there. You know, there's no traffic, there's no people, but it's still pretty cool.
It's quite interesting to see how long ago that they've done a lot of the photos, because I tried to have a look at where Colleen lives, and all it is a building site.
Ah, okay.
And so you can see it was quite interesting to say. Well, you know how that it must be at least 2 years out of date or something, but things don't change that much. But I think it must be just such a mammoth task to keep that up to date.
Well, you know, the interesting thing, what I'd like to see now, this would actually really be cool, kind of like Second Life. That everybody who's going through at that one time in Street View is seeing everybody else who's going through in the same place. Now, wouldn't that be interesting?
Yeah, it would be. Well, yeah, one of my
kind of spooky, but
with one of the first things with getting that old, that when the internet started, it used to be just text based, and there was no pictures or nothing. And I was so fascinated that I could see text from somewhere in America, and I thought, gee, this is great. And then they started doing pictures, and the first live video feed, and it used to amaze me, was Hollywood and Vine. That was the first camera that they had streaming in there, and I thought, and so what I did get somebody. I went there and made sure somebody saw me on there.
Did you really?
I go all the way there, and I thought, gee, how stupid is that? Just go all the way so you go, oh.
Oh, that's funny. You know, it's really cool. I remember one time I went to Hawaii in one of those cams. I said, wow, they have live cams in Hawaii next to the hotel we stayed at. So I just turned it on and looked, and there were all the people walking across the street, heading into the beach. I went, this is so cool. And it runs, I think, 24/7. Of course, at night you don't see much. You maybe see a little bit of a torch in the distance. It's just very cool. And they have cams all over the world, literally.
And one of my other favourite ones, and I don't know if they still do it, I haven't been there for a while, was at the Santa Monica Pier.
Yes.
And that's good, because at night even then you can still, because the Ferris wheel still has lights flashing no matter all the time, so you can see the traffic and see people getting up, going to work, and
the biggest problem we have in California is that nobody steals the cams. So
this one's up on the, I think it's on the traffic lights.
That won't stop them.
You see somebody dangling down there.
No, believe me, it would happen.
I used to work at a place where it was quite unusual. We had these 100-foot or something palm trees out the front, and they cost a fortune. We came in one morning and they'd gone.
They were gone?
So somebody must have had a big semi-trailer, huge crane to take them. Nobody saw anything.
They were actually stolen.
And they're worth quite a lot of money, those palm trees.
They are.
Fully grown. About $80,000 to $90,000, I think they are.
Really, that much? Huh.
Yeah, because I think they're just hard to grow. Maybe not so easy to grow here, but it's amazing how people can.
We had a sago palm, which are also very expensive. It came with the house when we got it, and we told the gardener, trim around it, don't really touch it. He basically destroyed it, and we're going, oh.
He ring-backed it.
I even talked to him in Spanish. I'm bilingual in Spanish. So I figured I can't miss with this one. I want to make sure he gets it. He destroyed it. It made no difference, Spanish, English, anything. Just destroyed it.
Well, while we're still on the things like cameras and different things like that, I did in the week look at. I sold in my notes the VideoBlocks.
Yes.
Yeah, and I was playing around with some of the virtual sets. So if you put me on my full shot, I'll show you what I've been doing. I might just look away from the camera.
And you're in full shot right now.
So if you're full shot now, so I've been playing around. So let's see if I can do one here. Here's one of them. These are from VideoBlocks. These are all from VideoBlocks.
Oh, that's actually nice.
And it's a video. It's moving. If you can see.
Yep.
The things in there. That's moving, and
that's pretty cool.
And look at this one. This one is this I really love. Just like the animation on this one, so with the world turning.
Oh, I like that one. Yeah, that's a nice one.
Yeah, And then you've got, go back to my normal shot here, but then I've got, where was it, this one? I've got that one.
You know, that looks very realistic, that Yosemite behind you.
Well, it is realistic.
I know.
It's mine.
Oh, that's a really cool one. Hey, you know what that one is? That's a variation of our friend Tom Sinclair.
That's right, it is, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a little different, but it's very similar. I like that one a lot.
Here's another one that seems to be quite nice.
That one's simple and cool.
Yeah.
Does that one have any motion? I'm looking around, I don't see anything moving.
No, it doesn't have any
motion. It's just a picture.
But they've got tons of these, and these are just a few of them. And so,
that's a really nice one. I like that.
Yeah, when you say tech news today,
you know, that's funny. That one right there, and that one right there is something I was thinking of creating. I actually have the grid, and we were going to put something behind it. They already have it done. Why do it my way? I'll do it that way. That's really cool.
And then this one
is that in a permanent loop?
Yeah, permanent loop, and then this one's the same one with a monitor there, so you could set it up a bit nicer for have something on the monitor there. And then this one here is a bit. I don't know, it's a bit wishy-washy, but these are just a few of them. And
that's cool with all of the lights.
Yeah, and they're just a few of them. So
I think I'm going to have to go take a look and use some of those. Are really cool. Both you and I subscribe, and for anybody watching, we're talking about www.videoblocks.com, and it is a subscription service well worth the money. And they have a lot of video. They also have AudioBlocks, which I just subscribe to. You get a basic subscription automatically free with VideoBlocks, but for the premier content, the premium content, you have to pay $78 a year. So I paid that last week. And
even the free one has got.
It's got a
tons of things. If you are on a budget like me, I'm not doing a lot, getting paid a lot for, not getting paid anything for doing the things I need the audio a lot of the time. So it doesn't matter. But the ones you pay for are just really excellent. I just don't think there's anything around for the value that you get from VideoBlocks. Everything else seems to cost about.
It's got an easy interface, and that looks good. Those backgrounds you have look great.
Yeah. And I've made up a few of my own. Here's my other one. See my MacBook Pro background.
Yeah, that's funny.
That's that one there. But I had been playing around, as I said before.
Now you look like you're in Land of the Giants.
That's right. Yeah. So now this is now back into the normal Melbourne cloudy day. So that's the Melbourne city cloudy day.
Do you get cloudy a lot?
Sorry?
Do you get cloudy a lot over there?
Oh, well, when it gets a bit chillier and that. But I've also been playing around with, with the cool shots that you can do for your background things. And as I said, from the AudioBlocks, that's only a few of them. So that there's a ton more, and they're in about 15-second loops if you've got the video. But I just thought they were just quite fantastic.
But they also have 3- and 4-minute songs. They've got everything.
And I just really think it's fantastic on there. I've also been playing with this week was we're talking about setups and all that, and I didn't want to be outdone like you was able to show me your shot of where you were doing your keypad.
Yes.
So you're not going to outdo me now. I'm doing mine. But it's about 5 seconds delay. So
that looks pretty good. I can see it right away.
But it's about 5 seconds on the audio, I think, so you wouldn't probably be able to hear the audio. But you can see now I've got the Mac Pro, and you can see myself on there. I've got the
that looks pretty cool
there, and that's done through the iPad, but it's done through the network. You could put it out in the backyard if you want. So I just thought that was quite a good one.
Now try playing the audio, see if I get it.
Sorry?
Now, do you think if you play the audio, I'll get it?
You probably would, but I've got to get up and switch it on the thing.
Oh, it's not on. Okay.
Are you getting audio for me?
Yes.
Yes, you are. Yeah, but if I did it on there, but it's got a 2-second latency, but that's not bad. Just to be able to at least show somebody your desktop or whatever on there. But now you can see my nice new little desk.
Yeah, it looks really cool.
And as I said, I've got it all set up with the Drobo underneath, and and it just seems to be working quite nicely on there.
I agree. We should do a little talk about Drobos and stuff, but Larry Jordan has been talking greatly about Drobos for years, and he's right. They're good. And that, that brings up another subject, which is, let me see. Let me bring that up right here. Now, this is the what did I do there? Oh, I didn't bring it up. There we go. Now this is the G Technology RAID, and they have several models. And I have not heard these yet. I used to have the original G Technology when it came out, and I took it back within, I think it was a day. It didn't even last one day. It was so noisy. It was incredibly noisy. Their drives are not, they make server drives. So when you have server drives in something, they're just very, very noisy. And as a result, again, if you look at that, they're really nice. They're small. That one probably has, what, 2 drives in it, the one we're looking at?
That has the 2 drives.
But they have, I think, a 4 and an 8 or 7. I can't remember.
Well, this is what I was not too sure about, whether they're advertising that. They're still sort of showing that one as a 2 drive, but even for 16 terabyte. So have they got huge drives in them? Are they
No, I don't think that's it. I think that's a 2 for just up to probably, I don't think we have more than 4 right now. It probably does 8 terabytes.
Yeah,
unless you can put, well, it looks kind of long. Maybe you can put 4 in there.
Because in all the article, there was saying that I was reading on that, saying about them, the show the Thunderbolt one that's got an 8 terabyte, 12 and 16.
Yeah.
But they're saying ideal for people carrying them around. And well, if you've got a 16 like the Drobo with 5 drives, you could never say that that's portable. Well, it's portable, but you can't carry it around easily.
No, and they're heavy. By the way, they're not light.
No, definitely not. But then again, those Drobos are much more lighter than a proper server pack.
Yeah, and the one I had was about the size of a Drobo. It had, I think, 4 drives. It was fast, but it made the sound of an airplane. I felt I was sitting in an airplane cabin. And it didn't last. It lasted the night. I packaged it up the next day and took it back to Fry's and go, This is not good. Now, the one we're looking at, that one may have 4 drives. It looks like it's long. It's hard to tell.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was thinking, because I thought, I've been seeing around the traps that they're getting, the hard drives are getting big. They can do looking at probably being able to do a 10 terabyte in one drive.
Yeah, they can, but I haven't seen any that big yet. I think I've only seen up to 4.
And what I'm trying to get is I'm waiting for something to come up. Yeah, C4. I've got my Drobo who's got 5 3 terabyte drives in there.
Right, that's what I have.
But I'm wanting to wait if there's when a 6 comes out, because what I'm really frightened of is, drives have a life expectancy, and so I want to get one and change one, and then and change them individually, because they're all going to die at the one time, probably, aren't they?
Well, it's interesting. You bring up a good point. We have some enterprise level network access storage devices, NAS servers, and they have 12 drives in them. And we got it all at one time, put all the drives in at one time. We have lost 8 drives in the span of a year and a half. And they go 1 to 2 at a time out. Yeah, so they're lasting the same amount of time. Now, we run these 24/7. And those drives, that was a $12,000 NAS at the time. Those drives last about 4 years. And at 4 years, they're all just crapping out one by one by one. The most we've had out is 2, which is good, because I think at 3 we're in trouble. But now they're all replaced, and they've been replaced, staggered a little bit. Yeah. And but that was a little scary. They all started going out about the same time. And
what I was thinking of doing is, getting these extra drives, get one month, and say 6 months later get another one. But then I thought, well, what do I do with these drives that are still not broken? I was thinking of getting one of those toaster, they call them toasters, don't they? Where they can plug them into USB and put your hard drive in.
Oh yeah.
So maybe do a secondary backup of something,
right?
Of files, and then you could keep them, because as long as you power them up.
Now, Drobo has a 2-drive RAID system, and it's not bad. It's about $300-400. It's okay. Yeah. Now, you had sent us a link, and Clark did take all the pictures. Unfortunately, I didn't have time today to put them in. I didn't realize there were 9 or 10 pictures. I went, I don't have time to do this. Now, what was that? They were a set of pictures or art?
It was quite an intriguing think, let's see if I can do this, because if I can bring this one up, let's see if I can get that one up. And
try sharing your screen.
I won't. I'll just put it on the desktop presenter. Then it'll save
okay.
messing about. Then I know we won't lose it.
That's true.
Let's see if it does that one there.
Now, for all you people watching, Jeff is using Wirecast to create his shots and do everything he's doing, and sending that over into Skype as a virtual camera. It's a really good way to get an exciting look, professional look, and still be in Skype. So, pretty cool.
If I can figure out how to do it, so without losing everything else on my thing. So I might just disappear for a second on there, so I think I might do. Yes, I have. I've got it on the wrong screen, though, now. So rather than messing about, I'll just put it over there and pull it down onto the screen. It was just some photos that I came across. It just looked really, just really unusual. And this looked so simple, but it seems like it would have taken him forever just to get that that thing in there. So this might be doing it now. Let's see. Can you see it now?
There you go. Okay, you are full screen. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you can see that the photos he's got on there. It's like the road, but he's got like a sheet pulling it on.
Yeah.
And it's really just, and this one of the house.
Can you click and to zoom in on the pictures?
Let's have a look. Can I click on this?
They may have like a...
Yep.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, that's better. But it's just unusual. These are just photos. And just how does he do that? Because that's just so... It's got the inside and the outside all at once. But that's where you can see that's the road one, the first one.
Yeah.
There. And it's just incredible. It said they look so simple, but they must be so hard to do. And then there was this one that just I thought was fantastic.
Huh.
He's putting the wallpaper up.
I know.
And like you sort of think, oh no, he's done a green, but how's? Oh, hang on, it's done thousands of shots or hundreds of shots to get that into that. But that's a real different thing about. And then this one, stitching up the snow.
That's amazing.
But he's got a huge needle on that. And then this one, but where they've got the the fish in there with the whole little house on there.
Yeah.
But I just thought, and it's just the.
So how does he do these?
I just don't know, but they're all from proper shots. But he will be, Photoshop, of course. But this one, look at this one there. I think where he's dropped the vase and it's all smashed around his arm, and that's. Just, I just think that's just. And then this one where the road's zipping out and with somebody riding their bicycle.
A very interesting shot.
Yeah, and so I thought I'll have to keep my eye on this guy, because I thought, and then this one with the land.
That's kind of a cool shot.
And you can see even the swing is up. The tire swing is upside down on there. So he's got the reverse of the other shot, but it's just fantastic how they do it. So it's Eric Johansson.
Eric Johansson.
So
okay.
I think if anybody should have a look at them, because I just think you should probably have much more coming along on other times. But it's just fantastic, I think, all those things. So now I've just got to figure out how to get back with nice and easily with doing that. I think I can do this. Here I am. I can go over the top of it. So I'll switch back to there and. Now I'm back. Oh, good! I did manage to get.
There you go. Back. You're back. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do pretty cool magic with Wirecast, vMix, and all of those.
But that's what I like with the Wirecast, because if you go with Skype and try to share your screen, 9 out of 10 times it's not going to work.
Right.
It's not going to work properly, especially when somebody's waiting for you.
Or like Kirsten, she gets lost half the time because her connection bugs out.
And I know with Wirecast, I know if I've got the connection, if I had my nice little switcher box like you've got, it would be easy to just switch to it. But I just had to look away from the camera and just manually do it, which makes it a little bit hard. But you've got the stream, you're not going to lose it.
Now you do know. Let's see if you know this one, because I learned this one by coincidence. On your Mac keyboard, 0, 1 through 9 are your shots.
Yes, I've set them up through that, but that's what I said. If you preview them, I've still got to do Control G to make them go live or touch them on there, so I can set it up into preview.
Oh, if you do a preview, yes.
Yeah, and that's fine for doing a shot. But if you have a shot with, say, for instance, you have a background music.
Yeah.
Each time you switch the shot, it resets your music.
That's right. That's the problem.
That's the only problem with the auto.
That's why the audio has to come outside of Wirecast. That's why we use iSoundbite.
Is that what you use for?
Yeah, iSoundbite. It works on a Mac and PC, and iSoundbite allows you to run it off your iPad, which is actually running on your Mac, and then it'll play correctly that way.
Yeah, it's not so bad. You could do that if you just had the music audio, but if you've got a microphone on the same, well, you can't just leave that sound going. So if you want to switch it on, but like you do a lot of the times, if you set up your shots with everything in it, rather than just having a camera shot, a sound shot in a different level, just set everything up into and. If you want 5 different things, set up 5 different shots. It's not that hard to do. Then you've got your microphone, and then if you switch to something you don't want anybody to hear you, you've got your microphone switched off as well.
Right,
so
that's true.
There's another session, I believe, Telestream are doing shortly on Wirecast and about streaming with it and the do's and don'ts, I think, coming up shortly in March. I think that was about the 10th or 12th of March.
Yeah, I may try to go into I got the notice the other day. Maybe I'll sign up for it. Yeah, they're actually pretty good sessions on the whole. They're good informational sessions.
And even if you know what you're doing, it's always good to see the people who make it and know that you are doing the right thing, because you can always, and I always learn one little thing from nearly everything that you do.
Sure.
But I'll definitely learn a bit more than one little thing. I'm sure of that. So.
Yep. Yeah, they're good. Is that one done by Stephen Haywood as well?
I'm not too sure. It didn't say. It wasn't saying whether it was from him or not, but I would hope so, because I just like Stephen. He seems to know his stuff very well.
Yeah, there's a chance we may get him on next week. I've got to see if that was when he was available, because he's been really busy with all the work. He's not even doing a lot of shows himself, if you noticed.
I was just going to say, I've noticed. I thought, gee, I've missed a lot of his shows, but then I thought, no, I haven't. He hasn't had time to do it. So.
No, I think they've got him very busy with all the new stuff going on and all the shows, and I think he's going to be going to NAB and some other ones. So they've got him very, very busy right now, and which is good. It keeps him out of trouble. But
I've seen with interest though this week as well that Larry's over in Europe to the BVE. Is that
the Barcelona show?
No, it's the European one. So
okay. Because there is a show, there is a cell phone show, an electronic show, where they're going to make a lot of announcements on cell phones. That's in Barcelona.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. The Mobile World or something it's called, I think.
Yeah, that looks fun. I've never been to Barcelona. It looks beautiful.
Because I was looking at one of the things they were saying in the week about the new HTC, and weren't saying anything much. They just said, well, it's pretty much like the other one. They didn't even have much to say they said maybe a bit improved in the camera, but it's still a darn good phone.
Now,
but
they
not
have,
a great deal
I saw the specs for the new proposed, and it's not called the Max anymore, the One Max. It had a different name, which I don't remember right now. The specs makes the Samsung Note 4 look weak. They added a lot of stuff, dual octa-cores. I don't know. It was just amazing. But I don't know what it's called. They may be changing the name, and that's one of the ones I want to take a look at when it comes out. You know, it's interesting. Both you and I agree that even though the Note 4 is a great phone, it doesn't. There's something that's just not exciting about it.
No, I've sort of got over it. It's okay. As I said, it's not a bad phone. It does everything perfectly, but it just doesn't excite me. But maybe I'm thinking with, like they were saying with the HTC, nothing much changed. Maybe they've done well, HTC, to keep it secret until Barcelona. So that's what because a lot of the time they don't want people to speculate. They want to release it, and maybe because I can't see that they would, because they're a leading brand these days. They have to have something to get something for reason for people to buy their phone again.
And I did have the HTC One Max. At first, I didn't care for it. And then I started learning how to configure it better and what apps that work best on it. And by the time I got rid of it, I was almost unhappy getting rid of it. And I got rid of it. I got the Note 4, which had better specs. I miss the HTC. I think it was a better phone on the whole. So it's just sort of interesting. Now, it was heavier and bigger, but that didn't bother me. It was about 5.9-inch screen. That didn't bother me at all. But the screen was gorgeous. The Note 4 screen is nice. It's not gorgeous.
Yeah. And you know, the HTC though, that was the one that had the nice speakers in the front.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because that's the thing I find with the Note. It's not bad, but if I want to listen to something through the speaker, you know, I have to have it upside down, face down on the table,
right,
or in my pocket, face the wrong way, upside down, or something, so I can listen to it. It's quite loud enough, but I always liked the HTC that the speakers were in the front, and you could. Didn't they have one top and bottom, so you could hold it sideways and get the proper stereo effect on it?
Yep.
Yeah. So, and then they were probably the first ones that I realised that had like a nice metal type finish, didn't they? They were.
It was a nice. I think it was a magnesium alloy. It was beautiful. But you know, like I said, I got the Note 4. You got the Note 4. I don't dislike it. It just isn't thrilling. I don't know what it is. To me, it slightly looks older. The interface doesn't seem as modern as some of the other ones.
Yeah, it's just quite strange. As I said, it's quite good. I said it's a perfect phone, does everything it's supposed to do. But then again, maybe it's just us, Rick. We just want new things all the time. It's a way to justify buying. And
maybe it is. Maybe it is. Well, you know, I'm on a special program right now, which is called the Edge on Verizon, and that means once you've had a phone, I think 6 months or 3 months, you can then get rid of it. You pay a small penalty, it's like $100, and now you can get another phone. And it's specifically built for people like us who like new phones, who like to get the new technology and don't want to wait.
Well, I'm on a similar one, but mine says after 12 months I can change it.
Well, 12 months is no fee. That's like mine. But if you want to change it before that, you don't have to wait. And it's just a small penalty, and it's small because they'll resell the used phones again as something else.
And they'll probably sell it better because it's only 4 months old rather than 12 months old.
Yeah, and it was driven by a little old lady in Pasadena, so it's perfect.
That's right. So, but I might even check that out. But then I'll keep it for the 12 months. So I've got to wait all the way till November until I change it. But then that'll give me time to think. Well, what should I get?
Right.
In its place.
I'm even considering the Windows 10 phone. There's some things I like about it, and that's really where it comes to scheduling. We use Microsoft Exchange for our business, and as a result, the Windows phone is very, very integrated with it. I could literally tell Cortana, schedule an appointment for next Tuesday at 10 a.m. and make it recurring for 6 months, and it'll do it. Now that's cool.
And the thing is you know, they don't have too many apps, but maybe when it takes off, it will do. But let's face it, really, the phone, if the phone works, the core operation, that's the main thing. Yes, you can get 500,000 apps for the iPhone, but do you want all them?
No, and half of those are fart apps, so you know it's like, well, I really don't need that. But
and most of the apps that people download, I bet you if you have a look at most of them, so okay, how many apps have you got? You have 56. How many do you use?
6.
One or two, and you know, and it's usually like you said, it will be something like a silly little one like that, like the silly sound effect noise or something like that. But the main core operation, even the Windows ones will usually have the core type apps on them, but and then if it gets too awkward, you switch to your tablet or your PC anyway if it's too awkward for the phone. So
that's true.
But I do hope Windows Phone gets on because it is a good format.
It is. I actually looked at the Windows Phone at the Microsoft kiosk in one of the malls nearby, and it is a 6-inch phone. It looked beautiful. But it's the old one. That is about a year old. So I don't want to get an old one. I'm waiting for the new one. If it does come out, I think we're going to get one just for testing. And that'll probably be maybe mid-year, maybe towards the end of the year, depending on when Windows 10 comes out. But, well, my birthday friend, we are at the end of the show, and you need to go celebrate your birthday. So
that was yesterday, though.
Oh, it was yesterday?
It's Sunday now here, so I'm over it now, you see.
Oh, that's funny, because it showed up as today is your birthday.
Yeah, well, that's in today.
So in the States, it would be your birthday today.
Yes, because it's 28. It's the 1st of March now, so
it's
all over and done.
Okay, so well, happy belated birthday then.
Okay, I'll have to find that happy that dog.
Oh, you'll enjoy it. They're fine.
Fantastic.
Yep. Well, anyway, Jeff, is always a pleasure, and we'll see you next week on Tech Down Over. If you are watching the show on Vimeo or YouTube, please subscribe, give us feedback. If you don't subscribe, we don't know you're there, and you won't know when we're here. So please subscribe. You don't want to miss us. We don't want to miss you. And,
I've missed Leva. She's in there. I've missed her.
She's in the chat. Leva, we knew you were there, but you were in ninja mode, I think. No, actually, we were ninja mode.
She's yes.
Okay. So anyway, we will see you guys next week on Tech Down Over. Have a real good geeky week, everyone. Take care. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye for now.
Oops. Helps if I hit the right button, doesn't it?